Hey.
I wonder if they can hear that. I hope y'all can hear that.
I hope so.
I hope that you guys can hear this and get a little bit of this positivity. It is much
Yes, you can
needed.
win. You can
Welcome
win as long
back.
as you keep
Welcome back.
your head to the sky.
As long as you hear. I love
Your head
those
to
back in the day, vibratos.
Yes, let's bring that back.
straight from church. Welcome back to our company time where two coworkers became besties. I am Nesha Mishlè.
I am Karisma Shanel, and now we do this.
What's going on, Kay? Kay Millie.
Hey girl, welcome
Kay
back.
Millie, Kay Millie, Kay Millie, Kay Millie.
Hey.
Yeah, how's life been treating you?
Life has been
But as long
life
as
has
you keep your
been
head to the sky.
be optimistic. Mm, mm.
Period.
I love that. That's the vibration of the week. I like because you know what
Mhm.
you know what I've started to do at work when
What?
people say, "Hi, good morning, how are you?" I say, "I am. How are you?" See,
You're so good. You're so good for those. What do you say like when people ask you like how old you are? You say grown.
oh, I said,
Like
yes,
you're so
I have said grown. Depending on who asks me,
mm-hmm.
if it's like an older man, I'll
Grown.
say grown.
Grown.
If it's a younger dude, I'll say, "How old do I look?" And I'll let them guess, and then whatever they guess, they're correct. Whatever age they perceive me
Mm.
to be, I say, "Oh my God, you're so good! Oh my God, you're so good!" You on point because it's all about perception.
I'm
It's
wonder
all about perception.
I'm
Because
wondering right. Agreed. I'm
what are you
wondering how
wondering?
old I would think that you were if I didn't already know. I would probably think that you were
Yeah,
very young.
like how young?
But anywho. Okay, I have to look away from the
How?
camera and look at Charisma real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I would give you like a solid like mid-20s for sure. Like literally like 24, 25, like for sure.
Perfect. Let's keep it that. Let's keep it that. Let's because it's all about energy. Honestly, I'm like,
Yes, it is.
if that's the energy, I'm with it.
No, your energy is way more mature than that, but you look good. You look good. My
Girl, we put in the way we put so much importance and yada yada on youth. I'm just like, okay, well, the way I feel, I'm like, I'm 40.
yeah, I know. I'll be 35 this year and I'm really trying to
Hey,
embrace that. I'm trying to embrace like cuz it feels like next stage of life type of age. Like okay, like
mm-hmm.
what's the next phase? So, I'm embracing that. But I've never really I've always wanted to be one of those people who ages gracefully. I don't want to be someone who's so concerned about the way I look as I'm getting older. I just want to embrace it and be grateful for the body that God gave me.
Okay, be grateful that we just made it. Be grateful that we're here. But I do want to, and I'm very
Yes.
inspired by my grandpa who is in tip top optimal health for his age. Like he's still running, he's still doing push ups, he still got a full hairline, solid hairline. He still got his little
Goals.
cut and a, yeah, so it's goals. And I'm like, it's genetic. So I don't even
Goals.
care about age. I don't even sweat about it. But I just be like,
Right.
how old do you think I am?
Right.
Okay, you're right. Thank you.
It was the same way with my mom. Like every time my mom was around us, like people swore that she was like our older sister. And I of course I didn't see it cuz she's my mom. I'm like, she's definitely my
Yeah.
mom and she looks like a mom. She does not look like. But she would get that. No, and then that's just typical teenage assholeness. But no, she definitely like always like maintained her youthful look in essence. So,
Yeah, and black don't crack.
but
Just
yes,
time is different on us. Time is different on us.
right, right, right,
It's
right.
just God's gift.
Uh,
God's gift.
Often
But I
imitated,
do like to
never
say
duplicated.
yes. But when I do like to say, because we're living in a society where a lot of us are going through things. So when people ask, "How are you?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you really want to know how I am? Not all the time people don't. So
Right,
we have to kind of,
right.
kind of sugarcoat things. So I like to say I am, which is the most powerful
Mm-hmm.
affirmation that you can say. I am. How are
Good.
you? So how are you though,
I
Niche?
love that. I'm doing well, and just to round out that statement, I never want to say I never want to. When people ask like how are you, I just never want to go into conversation about it. Like I don't know you, and I don't really want to talk about it, and you probably don't care. So I'm fine. Move along. I know. So like, ugh. But anyway, how am I? I am doing well. I have had recent I've had recent what am I trying to say? My mental health has been a little bit shaky lately, I'll say.
Mm,
I've been having to like really like dig deep and like push through in certain
mm,
moments. Just the feeling stagnant and stuck, and like I said, I'm reaching a certain age where it's like I'm ready for that like next phase. And sometimes, deep in the crevices of my mind, it'll be trying to tell me like I'm not happy. And also too, I think a part of it is because I'm in this next phase of my life, I'm having a hard time divorcing a lot of my old attributes from myself. Like
mm,
because there are some, when you have some characteristics that you consider to be quintessentially you, but like as
mm-hmm.
you grow older, it's just kind of like I don't know if that's me anymore. I feel like I'm
Yes.
experiencing a lot of that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh, I feel
So
that.
yeah,
I
so
feel that, Niche.
that's been interesting. So that's definitely been
Okay.
interesting, but I just push through, I just keep my head to the sky. We had a whole moment off camera, colleagues. We just well, even not in prior to even this day, like we were just having a little session, a little heart to heart, and that song came up,
Hmm.
so that had to be the song, that had to be the theme of the week. Just keep your head
Shout
to
out
the
to
sky.
Nesha. Shout out to Niche. Now, how do we, okay, I have a question.
Go
How,
for it.
because we can say push through, but what does pushing through look like?
Mhm.
Honestly. What does pushing through look like for you?
Pushing Pushing through for me looks like doing stuff when I don't want to do it. Doing the
Mm-hmm.
things that are good for you even when you don't feel like doing it, and as a form of self-love. I saw this post on Instagram where this girl was like, if you're not working out regularly, I know your mental health is in shambles. And I was like, damn, you did not have to read me like that.
Like,
When
don't come
those
for me.
certain posts come across your page and it's
Yeah.
right. It's like you did
Yeah.
not have to come for me like that. There's this fitness guy on TikTok. All his
Mm-hmm.
videos start out so outlandish, and you can tell, and the gag is that he actually gives very useful information, but the tagline that he always uses in the beginning of his videos make you feel so offended and so red for filth. Like he'll start his videos out like, why your back is big as a fucking Buick.
Damn. Excuse me.
Do you want to know the real ways to get rid of your big ass stomach? Like that's literally how all his videos start.
Shock value tactic, and I bet it works.
shock value
Hilarious.
but it does. He has, thousands of followers. He's gone viral plenty of times with these videos, and of course,
Yeah.
you already know what the comments say, like, "Dang, you did not have to read me or that," or like, "Who you talking to like that?" But I've actually started following him because he gives very valuable information. I get the
Yes.
shock value and the shock factor element of it, but I value directness, number one, and factual information. So the stuff that you can tell he knows what he's talking about, and he's just basically kind of like, what do you call it, debunking like all of the fitness fads. So you know how people say like cardio is the way to go for weight loss and stuff like that. He was just like, you don't have to be running for like hours and hours to drop weight by doing cardio. You need to focus on strength training and weight training and like all this
Yeah.
other stuff. So he gives you nutrition information. He's actually very knowledgeable. But yeah, the fact that his like taglines are just so crazy, like he said, you want to get rid of your bullfrog back.
Excuse
Who even comes up
me?
with that? Bullfrog
Nisha,
back.
send me the link when you got time. Send me the link when
No,
you got
I
time.
will. I will. As soon as when we get off here, I'm definitely sending you his videos because
Oh
I just
my
be crying,
gosh.
laughing. Like and you would think like, oh my God, this is so insulting. I can never listen to him or have him be my trainer. But it's just so outlandish that I can't even really take it serious. I can't help but laugh. I don't even feel offended. It's just funny. It's too like off the wall. It's just funny. So I think I was like, he's my trainer. He's my unofficial trainer. I've been watching his videos
Period.
religiously. I've learned about, caloric deficit and the 80-20 rule when it comes to like eating like whole foods versus processed foods, and like I've learned a lot. So he's my unofficial trainer.
So these are some
But
good ways to
all that
push
to say,
through,
just to circle back,
hmm
exactly. Yeah, I was just about to say, just circle back to what you were saying. Pushing through looks like doing stuff that I don't necessarily always want to do, but I know they benefit my mental health, like exercising, journaling, meditating. I don't always feel like doing that shit, but I know that I feel better when I do it. So there you
Yeah,
go.
good. I love that. I
What does
love
it look
that.
like for you?
Mine is because I've been doing inner child healing, and in this book that I'm reading, it talks
Mm-hmm.
about a nurturing parent, a critical parent that we have inside of us
Oh,
when
I
you're
love.
reparenting yourself.
Yes,
So my nurturing
I love
parent
those.
like comes in, and I have her right on my shoulder at all times, and I just talk to myself. I literally, like, when
I
it's
love
time to go to
that.
work, Nisha, and I'm just like, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. I'm like, hey, get up. Go ahead. It's okay. Get up. Like a
Mm-hmm.
parent, waking up their little baby, like, I love you. It's time to wake up. Come on, let's get
Mm-hmm.
up. I literally
I
talk to
do the exact
myself
same thing,
in the most
Karisma. I'm
nurturing
not even
way.
joking to
Yeah.
you. I'm not
I
even
do
joking.
that.
I do the
I don't
exact
even feel
same
like
thing.
my eyes are
And
watering.
depending
Yeah.
on the day and the situation,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on which parent is talking to me. And I love the notion
Yep.
that
Yep.
those critical voices are usually not your voices. So yeah, you're not
Mm-hmm.
alone.
So yeah, just talking to
But
myself,
yeah.
giving myself flowers, like, wow, you did really good today. You made it. You got up. You got dressed. You did your routine. You got to work. Now we're home. Oh my God, look at so great. Like kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
I just talk to
Mhm.
myself and continue to just push through another day. So I love each tactic
I
that we
literally
have,
love that.
our toolbox.
I love it. I try to be cognizant of my critical voice, because there'll be moments where it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
where I'll just be
Girl.
in my head like now, Nisha, like now, doggone well, like just the way that I'm addressing myself. And when I take a step back and like actually listen to the voice, I'm like, that don't even sound like me. It's like, who that sound like? That
Ooh,
parent, or that,
yep.
auntie, or that whatever, you know what I mean? Like, that don't even sound like me. So it's like, I
Yes.
don't
Oh
even be
my
caring
God, isn't
about
that
shit like this.
crazy? Oh,
Mhm.
it's crazy the way our upbringing and the way we were talked to, or the way we were treated in a lot of ways, has buried itself in our subconscious mind, and that's how we treat ourselves.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is, and so
Yes.
we have to unlearn those behaviors and relearn new
Unlearn.
behaviors on how to treat
Mhm.
ourselves. So kudos to both of us for
And I
pushing
enjoy
through
that.
and using our
Yes,
tools.
kudos to both of us. Yes, I agree. Kudos to us both.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoy that experience of parenting myself, learning to reparent myself in the gentle manner that,
Hmm.
I sometimes needed as an actual child growing up. I love learning how to reparent myself and just like be that for myself. That's actually been like
Yeah.
a huge turning point for me in my healing journey. So, inner child work is
And I
life
hug myself.
changing.
I hug
Ah,
myself. I pat myself on
that's
the
a good
back. I really
tactic.
do. I be rubbing myself. Do you ever just hug yourself, touch yourself, just like,
Sometimes.
damn, I have a body. I am a full-fledged human adult. Like, wow, my heart is beating. That's crazy. So yes, I try to be good
Yeah.
to
No,
myself.
if you sit and really think about like what it even takes to like become a human, like in general, like, you know what I mean? I think that it would make us operate in gratitude a lot more because it's
Mm-hmm.
like a trillionth of a chance for you to even become a, flesh and blood human in the first place.
Yes.
Um
Yeah.
so yeah, and that's if your carrier carries you to term and like all this stuff. By the time you get here, there's like all this stuff you're gonna have to work through depending on like what type of situation you've been born into. But just the act of being born alone is just such a miracle in and of itself.
And now we here doing whatever we want to
And
do.
now we here,
I love it.
so
Yeah.
make the best of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we've had this
You know,
time
one more
together.
thing that helps us
um
push through niche,
okay, what helps you push through?
music.
Of course.
Music.
That was a
Yes.
perfect segue.
Yes.
That was a perfect segue.
A good song, a good shift in the culture, a good album, a good mixtape that has never come out.
Yes.
Let's talk about
Yes.
it.
All of the things. From your favorites, from your absolute favorites, from your goats. Um, yeah,
Speaking of goats,
that
speaking
can
of
really
favorites.
change things. Listen, okay, so let's talk about it. There are just moments in life that make you grateful to be
Mm,
alive. And those those moments for me oftentimes have a lot to do with music. And
mm-hmm.
in, our music history, there's so many things that I'll never get to experience for the first time or firsthand because I simply was not there. I was not present. I was not born. Yada yada. I'll never get to experience 70s funk
Or we were
in real
babies.
time. You know what I mean? Like
Oh my God. Yeah.
I was literally not even a thought. Like, I was not even a thought in the 70s. So it's like certain thing I'll never get to experience Woodstock, or you know what I mean? Certain things I'll just never
Yeah.
be able to experience firsthand. I'll have to read about them, hear about them, watch documentaries. So
Yeah.
the pop out was like just one of those moments in music history that just made me grateful to be alive and just being able to
Mm-hmm.
witness it firsthand.
Witness.
That was such a
Yes.
historic moment in our music history, and for it to be from one of my personal goats is like just chef's
For
kiss. It's like the
sure.
cherry on top.
Yes. Sometimes you gotta pop out.
I'm just grateful.
I'm
Sometimes
so
you
great.
gotta
Right.
pop out,
Like, we're just
and
so
then
full of gratitude.
like so many for so many reasons. The Black hippie reunion, like if you are day one Kendrick, and I'm talking like day one, like I'm like
Boo
overly
boo.
dedicated,
You
Section 80,
peep.
good
You
kid,
turn
Mad City.
down.
Damn, you
Hey.
turned down, you thirsty.
Hey. I'm trying to learn stuff
Yes.
new.
So just to see, Listen, do your deep dive. If you haven't done a Kendrick
Mm-hmm.
deep dive, do yourself a favor and bless your life.
Get it done.
So and I so Section 80 was the first Kendrick album that I ever got introduced to. And I knew then, and I would make references to Pac all the time. I would be like, I haven't heard somebody this like lyrically gifted since Pac. I wouldn't say like, oh my God, he's just like Pac. That would always be my point of reference. I haven't heard somebody this good since Pac. That's what I would always say. And once Good Kid, Mad City dropped, I was like, oh, this man is nasty work. Like this man is like on another level, and people aren't even going like for a long time I thought I was just in my own little like
Mm-hmm.
hipster world, like, oh, don't people don't really understand and know just how good Kendrick is. But it was so beautiful to see that people do. Like people do, and
Yes.
people have been rocking with him for a very long time. And it was just great to see that camaraderie and that support from just LA in general. Like the West was up.
We went
Like
to see him.
we
Nisha, we
did.
went
My
to
first
see
time seeing him
him.
was with you. My first time seeing him was with you, and that was just such a memorable experience. I will never forget that moment.
I will never forget it.
He's so under,
Oh,
and then it's crazy. It's crazy when I hear people talk about the fact that they're not really big fans of Kendrick and they've never been to like a show of his, so they don't know if he's
if you know,
like.
you know.
I'm like,
The
listen,
girls
if
that
you
get it,
don't
get
if you
it.
don't know, if
The
you've never
girls that get it,
experienced,
get it.
because the
The
energy
girls
is
that
always
don't,
like
don't.
that at every.
Yeah.
No, period. Because the energy is always that electric, like how it was at the pop out.
Mm-hmm.
It's always that.
Yep.
It always gives that. So the girls that
So,
know.
the girlies that get it, To Pimp a Butterfly and Untitled Unmastered were two albums
Woo!
that literally kept me sane, kept me afloat. The
Ugh.
way I played those albums over and over again for a period of my life. To Pimp a Butterfly
Mm-hmm.
was an album that I played
Yeah.
nonstop over and over and over. Just and so just to see his evolution. What?
I know, just to see the evolution. And okay,
Just to
so
see the
another great moment I want to
evolution.
point out, because I did, because y'all already know I was watching it live. If y'all saw my Instagram stories, y'all already know I was watching this shit live. I didn't get to go. I didn't.
Nisha, one
So
second.
when it got announced, what?
Okay, so when we talk about, remember how I say Kendrick never
What?
forsakes me because he popped up at Beyonce's concert and I was like, please, 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 it's her birthday. You're the only man on this album with a fit. Please pop up. And he popped up.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not gonna be
Yes.
able to make
Yes.
this show. I'm not gonna be able to make this show. He said, no problem. It's gonna stream on Amazon Prime. The last episode, what did I say? I'm in my
Yes.
financial literacy era, so the only streaming service that I have is Amazon Prime. I said,
What a
so
blessing. I remember
I'm
you
sitting
saying
at
that in a
8 o'clock.
previous episode. I totally remember you saying that.
It's
Like,
the
I
only
only
streaming
have
service I
Prime
have.
right now. And as I was watching it, I was wondering too. I was like, is my girl getting like to like really take this
Yes,
in? Like, I hope she's at home watching.
girl, I was in my little bed, big old TV, just waiting until 8 o'clock, just sipping on snacks, just like ready to go. Started on time, just like I
Yes.
can't believe this is
Yes.
life.
And that
I'm
was
sorry to
so okay.
interrupt.
So, okay. No, you're good because it goes it goes hand in hand with what I have to say anyway. So when I heard the show was announced, I was like, I'm not even gonna hurt my little feelings by attempting to get into this show because it's like, especially with the experiences that we've had. Like, remember when we bought Renaissance tickets? Was like, oh my god, that was like the most stress inducing, like anxious
Yes,
feeling ever buying those tickets. So because of
yes.
that, I was like, I'm not even going to hurt my little feelings with trying to get into this show. And sure enough, the internet confirmed every single fear and that I had in regards to even attempting to try and get into the show. They said the queue was like over 100,000 people waiting to buy tickets to that.
Nobody got time.
So I
Ain't
was
nobody
like,
got
yeah,
time.
like I said, I'm not going to hurt my feelings and,
I'm
and
like, can't go.
attempting to get into this show. So when it was announced that it would be live streamed, I was like, praise him, praise God, praise the
The
Lord. Okay.
stretch path.
And kudos to Kendrick, because look, you getting paid twice. Okay. So I live for that.
A double
Kendrick, get a
bag.
bag,
Come
Lamar.
on.
I live that. I love that for you. I love
Yeah.
that for you. And please take my little monthly subscription fee, because I will be streaming that bad boy. So that was
Okay.
that. I was so happy. I was so happy because and now, in having seen it, like, not being able to witness it would have been like such a shame, because it was just so iconic.
Oh, I
Two
know.
standout
If it
moments for
didn't
me.
stream,
If it didn't, imagine if it didn't stream, like, that would just be so
and we would have missed
heartbreaking.
all that, that would just be,
So
ugh.
it would have been the absolute
What are
worst.
your two standout
So two
moments?
standout moments for me were definitely, like I said, Black Hippie Reunited. They performed a song from Black Panther. I've never gotten to see Kendrick perform this specific song, and now it escapes
Mm-hmm.
me. I can't remember which one it was, but yes, they performed a song from Black Panther. I believe it was him and Schoolboy Q. If I heard the
Uh-huh.
song, I would know it, but now it's like I can't even remember it.
Is it
And then, oh
J-Rock
yes,
too?
they also performed Collard Green. Well,
Yeah, collard greens.
J
Was
Rock.
it
It
was
may it
it
may be J Rock.
because my favorite
Collard
one
greens
was
was
win, win,
Schoolboy
win,
Q.
win.
That's
Is it
J
that
Rock.
one? Is
Yeah,
it
that's
was
J
it that
Rock.
song? Okay,
No. This was a
I'm trying to
song
guess which
that
song.
Kid. I know it's one that it's that Miss Me With That Bullshit. You ain't really wild, you a tourist. I be
Ooh,
fucking out with the
hey,
purists. Yes. I've
hey.
never got to see him perform that song. So when he started rapping that, I've never seen him perform any of the songs from Black Panther. And that is such, I don't want to say it's underrated. I don't feel like it's underrated, but I don't hear it enough.
No,
I don't hear it talked about enough, because those are like some of his best songs, in my personal opinion. Like, oh
absolutely.
my God.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
so he was in his soundtrack bag with Black Panther, because man, and on a lot of
Mm.
that album, he did his big one at the time, in my personal opinion. So to hear a song from that album was just like, oh my God, like, it was just so fulfilling. So that was one standout moment. And then, of course, another standout moment for me, I have very conflicting feelings about Dr. Dre. I'm sure,
Oh,
I'm like, and if you know,
yeah.
you know. We don't have to get into
Yeah, if
it.
you know, you know.
But that being said, to see, arguably one of the West Coast's like biggest icons when it comes to hip hop,
Yeah.
go, psst, I see dead people. I'm like, that was iconic. I was gagged and gooped.
And
I
just to
was
see
like,
them
that
on
was like,
stage, like just to see him on stage with Kendrick Lamar, just
yes,
the symbolism of it all, of passing
mm,
the
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 passing the
baton
torch.
over, passing
Yep.
it, yeah, passing it to the younger generation, because these old, I'm not
Yep.
gonna say old heads, but these OGs,
These old
they're
heads.
not these triple OGs, they're done. They're aging out of hip hop. And yes, we need
Right.
the transfer of energy, the transfer of baton, the transfer of wealth to the next generation. So to put all of that other stuff aside, and just to see two, icons on stage, that was iconic. Iconic.
That was super
So
iconic. Okay, and then so speaking of, the song everybody's been waiting to hear, okay? Everybody has been waiting for their opportunity to turn up to the song of the summer. So I could only imagine being in the room and getting to turn up to the song of the summer with the man, the myth and the legend himself. But to run that joint back 5 times, number 1, the first time when
Nisha,
he
before
cut
we
the
get to
music
that,
at A
Nisha,
minor. Go
Can
ahead, go
we,
ahead.
before we get to that, can I do my standout moments?
Go, yes, sorry.
Um,
Sorry.
Tommy the Clown. To see Tommy the Clown come out, if you were young
Oh,
and in high
wow.
school, you're from LA, from the IE, we're from the IE, which
Mhm.
is, I don't want to call it LA, it's not LA, but it's
Compton.
LA adjacent. We still be acting like, we're still connected to LA.
We
Watching
were
Tommy the
we were
Clown to see
crumping
that
in the IE, okay?
we were crumping in the IE.
We
We
were
were
definitely
wishing we were
crumping in
part
the
of the
IE,
goddamn
okay?
crew.
Because a lot of us in the IE are like LA adjacent. Like we're usually like transplants from LA County over to
Exactly.
San
From
Bernardino
LA.
County. So
Exactly.
we be crumping, okay?
Yes. So to see that he's still around, he's still doing his work,
Yes,
he's still ushering
yes.
in a younger generation. Oh my gosh. Kudos to
Beautiful.
Tommy the Clown in that organization, because that organization is to, get kids off the street, give them an environment to flourish and
Yes,
to exhibit their talents. And yeah, so that was, I was like, oh my god,
yes.
and to see
Give
the
them an
babies on
outlet.
stage and see the young girls on stage and see the youngest on stage, it was beautiful. um to see Steve Lacy, is that his name? Please, Lord help me. Steve Lacy
I didn't even know he
on
was from
stage.
Compton, and apparently he's from
I had
Compton. I
no
had no
idea.
idea.
So that was
No
that
idea.
was an amazing thing to find out. But in slew
Yes.
of all these rap songs, for him to sing that song, I wish I knew you wanted me.
Yes.
It
I
was so
wish I
beautiful
knew.
because it's like,
It was no. It was beautiful. It was true unity, and that was what was so beautiful
yes,
about the entire experience. It was very unifying, even though it was birthed
yep,
from like the most epic beef of our lifetime. It was a very unifying
right.
experience.
Yeah. So that was so cute to know that black men are not a monolith. Black men are not one size fits
Yes.
all. There are it is more
Preach.
of a mosaic of different things coming together. And yeah, that was,
Yes.
goodness gracious. So yes. So then
And
to
leave it to
see,
Kendrick to be the catalyst of that. Leave it to Kendrick to be the catalyst that unifies those, these two different ideals and walks of life together in one room with one epic song is just it's iconic. I don't know what else to say.
yes.
Like your
And
faves
just
aren't
being a
doing this. I'm
person,
so sorry.
they're not. And just having I just want to speak about Kendrick as like a human being, just being someone who is
Mhm.
able to take their talent as a poet, as a writer, as a rapper, and being able to, you know, take his gift so seriously, and to, I don't know, resist just the negative temptations of the world, and being able to just stay focused
Mhm.
and listen to God and listen to the message, and just become I don't want to say a beacon of light for your city. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Become a beacon of light for your city, to stay so disciplined to where you've earned so much respect because of the
Yep.
image that you have created around yourself, that you are able to unite everybody in your city and other cities around there to make this
Mhm.
moment. What type of person do you have to be? You know what I mean? To be able to do that. And
Right.
so just kudos to him for always showing up, for becoming that person, and just being strong because he's
Yes.
a human. So to know that
He's
this man
definitely a
has
once
done this,
right. No, he's definitely a
he's
once
a
in a
what, Niche?
generation artist. He's a
Yes.
once in a generation artist, and I just feel
Mm-hmm.
blessed to be alive to witness this firsthand. Like I'm going to be telling like my kids and grandkids about this. You know what I mean? Like the stories
Okay.
that you hear from your elders for the moments that they got to be alive to witness firsthand. Like this is definitely going to be one of those moments for me. Like being such a music head in general, this was definitely one of those standout moments where it's like, God, just thank you for choosing me to be present in this moment. Because,
in this
man,
time,
I
in
just
this
feel so
time,
blessed.
and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
And to
going
rent,
to
like I
the
was
single
saying
of the
earlier,
night.
right? To run that joint back
Yeah.
5 times, and then the A minor part on the first go round, to cut the music at A minor and just let that and just let that ride through the crowd was like, that was so freaking electric.
Insane.
It's
Insane.
like, how do you literally get a whole crowd of people? You got a whole crowd of people like literally calling you a pedophile. Like, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy to me, but also iconic.
And it's
All due to
crazy
one man.
that all due to one man. Uh crazy that Drake specifically has to be the target of this idea.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is not even an idea. This epidemic of,
Right.
I don't know, I want to call it deviant sexual activity with
Yes.
younger girls and things like that. I don't even want to get into it. But it doesn't it's to me it's not directed at him. It's directed at a
It's just the
whole
industry in general. I feel
the
like
whole
it's an
thing
attack
that's
on the
happening.
industry, and yeah. I feel like it's just an
And I don't even
attack on the
think,
music industry in general, and how like they've been
well,
allowed
not
to
the music
operate for
industry.
years.
I'm saying, yeah, not the music industry to me, but the way that artists and other people in the industry have been able to, because it's not only in the industry, it's everywhere, and all kinds of different entities and
Right.
works. Anyways, I don't even know what I'm saying, but as a whole, because he says freaky ass
Mm-hmm.
niggas need to stay their ass inside. So that's not just the target. That's you and everybody else. All of these other people. Just
Yeah.
make sure you have your
You
little sister
you
from him. He's putting those
right.
vibrations out into the world that they not like us. We don't do that around here. Not us. We
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about
yeah,
that
yeah.
life. We're not taking that
Yeah.
lane. You know what I
You
mean? And
you and fans alike need to stay their ass
you and fans
inside.
alike. That's why I like we have a new word for it. It's like fan. Oh, he a fan. I'm like, he a fan. He a
A
fan.
fan.
Watch
Oh,
out.
he
He
a
a fan.
fan.
He a fan. He a fan. Oh shit. He a
He a
fan.
fan.
Watch out. Yeah, he a fan.
Hide your
Like,
little sister. He a fan.
oh, yep. Protect yourself. He a fan. So I
Come
love
on,
that. I
acronyms.
love that. That's yes.
No, same.
That is coming to the light. Oh God, and I'm so grateful that that is
Same.
coming to the light. That we are not just letting that just grow and being swept under the rug. Like, no, somebody's saying something about it. And oh my gosh,
And
I don't know what
somebody
to
with
say,
such a
Nesha.
platform, it's important. It's important. Like somebody with such a huge platform like Kendrick Lamar, it's important for our giants to stand on business and do what's right, be a beacon of light, like you said, be a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. And that's what Kendrick has always been for me through his lyricism, his poeticism. I don't even know if that's a word, but
Yes,
just to kind of take, like you said, take that gift and just expand it in such a way. Like, I've just never been more. 2024 has been a great year for my personal faves, my personal goats. Like, I feel very fed
yes. I feel very fed too. I'm so full.
and proud.
I'm like a plump little chicken
So
and
full and
proud.
so
Yes.
proud.
um,
well,
and yeah,
well,
girl.
on that note, yeah, that's all I had to talk about. I just wanted to reiterate the greatness of that historic moment that we were all blessed to witness. So yeah,
And I
so
can't
moving right
wait for the
along.
video. We keep
Oh
shooting the video. I
yes,
can't wait to see
that's
the
so
video, girl.
yes, that's so iconic.
Sheesh.
And I didn't even expect that. You were saying you were waiting for the visuals. I didn't expect visuals, to be honest. I was just so glad. I was
Nesha,
just
when I tell
happy
you
and grateful to get music.
the way God, Kendrick, please give us the visuals. We need a little bit of visuals, just a little bit, not a lot. I know there's a lot on your plate right now. I know you're going through a lot. I know there's a lot of work. going on, but if we can, Drake was able to drop one visual, like he tried it. So can you just like show
Right.
them how it's really done? Give us a real visual. And he said, girl, no problem. It's already done. It's already happening. It's already like, just say less. Don't even
It's
trip.
already in the works. I
Sorry,
wish I was in
like, I'm
Compton
just
that
like,
day.
God. Oh my gosh.
Dang it.
Nisha, we're getting a visual.
I can't wait.
Another
I
one of my
can't
faves.
wait.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Another
I'm more than ready.
Kendrick, okay, when you drop the visual, we're gonna be so grateful. Yes, we're gonna be so grateful. And I'm so sorry to be so greedy. But if you could just drop like an album or an EP or like a new song of the summer where you just popping your shit and you just, you starting to, because there's a lot of leaks on TikTok. There's a lot of Kendrick songs that haven't been released on TikTok. And I'm like, if you can just
Oh,
pop
wow.
your shit now. Like we get it. You haven't listened to
The
the leaks
internet is so
on
good for
TikTok?
leaks. No,
Nisha,
and
it's
the
just on
internet is so good
this
for
type
that.
of I'm like, if you can just do some where you just having fun, you just popping your shit, you just being goofy,
I know you
you
got to
just like
send them to
now
me.
you've done. Now you've done it. You've done what you need to do. Now it's time to like, just let loose and have fun and just give us a little something. And Compton we pray. Amen.
In Compton, we pray is wild. That is hilarious.
So I can't wait. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm excited. I am excited about the video. And again, just grateful. I wasn't expecting it, but I will take it. Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
yes, girl.
ma'am.
Sorry. That's all I got.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. We want
So
we want to cover all bases.
do you want to get into your work gig chronicles, or you want to do some team building? If you want to end on team building, we can. I
Girl,
don't know. What do you want to do?
we can end on team building, but I'm
Okay.
gonna get some stuff off my chest with work chronicles. So
Per.
so we have spoken in the past in regards we have spoken about gig working in the past, which is basically
Mm.
app based app based work, side work for people who need it, so deliveries, rideshare, so on and so forth. So we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of that a little bit more, because as I've said on previous episodes, I don't
Mm.
feel like people talk about the real deal Holyfield enough. So specifically today, I want to talk about directions are such a huge part of gig working, especially when it comes to delivery or picking people up, dropping people off. That is such a huge part of it. And unfortunately unfortunately, the directional aspect of it doesn't always go great. Sometimes there are wrong addresses listed. Sometimes
Mm.
you are girl, do you know that somebody tried to get me to deliver to them on the freeway one time? They were literally pulled over on the freeway and they put an address, because the highway was adjacent to a residential neighborhood. So I guess they just picked some random address that was adjacent to the freeway. And I went to that address, and then they reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm on the freeway. Can you come bring it to me on the freeway?" And y'all, I'm sorry, I just did not feel comfortable doing that. So that was one of those moments where I just had to call up support and just be like,
Yeah.
"This
What do
man
you
wants me to
do?
deliver to him on the freeway, and I'm not doing it." So I have the food and tow and everything, but I am not doing that. Just gives me so sketchy vibes. And it's like, I
That
can't
is
help but wonder,
sketchy.
that's super sketchy, and I can't help but wonder, what did people do? Remember when all we had was pizza delivery? What did people do in these instances? Because y'all was not trying pizza delivery people like this, like with the whole
No,
wait at the gate until somebody come in because I don't have a gate code. Y'all was not y'all you and then they didn't have phones back in the day, so you didn't have the delivery person's phone number or anything like that. So I'm just like, what were people doing back in the day with pizza delivery?
girl, we
Because
was
I
cooking.
can't even
We are so lazy now. We was cooking. We are so lazy now.
right. He was like, girl, we were, because I just feel like there's just such a lack of consideration. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm talking specifically about
Hmm.
directions today, and my personal gripes and pet peeves with the directions aspect of it. So you have you have people like my girl Kay who are directionally challenged. I don't consider myself directionally challenged, but when I am having struggles with directions and the customers try to reach out to me to help, um I just want to go on record saying that people are usually not great at giving directions. People think that they're great at giving directions, but my issue is that a lot of people will give you directions as if they like as if you know what they're talking about. And what I mean by that is usually when people are delivering to you, they don't know, they've never been there. So they don't know what you're talking about. So street
Mm.
names, we'll save it. Please know where you live. Like, please know your surrounding streets. Like, I can't stand when I tell somebody I'm on a street that's right by where they supposedly live, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know where that is. Just you'll see a palm tree or a dumpster." I'm like, I don't live here. I don't know what you're talking about. So all that to say, I don't like being on the phone with someone trying to help me give directions. When I have problems with directions, I just figure it out by myself. I don't want to be on the phone talking to
Mm.
you because that's just going to piss me off even more. And I feel like when I don't answer or don't respond to messages, that pisses off customers. And it's like, but for my own mental health, that's what I do. And I do have a story. This one lady, it ended up being an older lady. I didn't know it at the time when I was
Oh.
corresponding with her, but she was reaching out to me because she could see that I was struggling finding her place. And when I tell you, she kept blowing up my phone, messaging me, calling me, and I was not responding. But I had to stop and respond and just let her know. I was just like, your incessant reaching out is literally giving me anxiety. So I just need you to please be patient as I try and navigate these directions to the best of my ability, because your constant
Yeah.
reaching out is not helping. It's really not helping. I'm so sorry to tell you. And I don't and as much as it probably would offer you comfort to sit on the phone with me and bark these directions at me, it does not help me. It makes the situation worse. And I'm already irritated. I don't want to give off this negative energy. I don't want to continue to permeate this
Hmm.
negative energy. So let me just stew in my frustrations alone while I try and figure out where the fuck you live. Cause god damn. So yeah, so those are just a couple of examples of my my horrible experiences. So when it comes to the directions, please, the more information the better, the more thorough the instruction the better. Really take the time, especially if you know you live in a confusing place. Really take the If you know you live at a
Hmm.
house and you can't see the address on the building when it's dark, like it's the green car in the garage, the green car in the driveway, you know what I mean, like
Well,
there's
come
no such thing in
outside.
my personal
Come
opinion as
outside.
or come outside, or just come outside. I'll be waiting
Okay.
outside. It's hard to see, where I live, so I'll stand outside. You know what I mean? Like, where you live, the obstacles, all of the or maybe you don't, and you're just not considerate enough, or knowledgeable enough. But like, please, if you're someone who is constantly having food delivered to them, take the time to put effort into thorough and detailed instructions, especially if you live in a confusing ass place. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Ooh, girl. And let me tell you, remember how I told you when I was doing that work
Boy.
that I would
Yeah, that was a
cry
lot.
at least once a week? At least. I'd have a mental
Yes, I
breakdown at least
remember.
once a week.
I remember.
Yes. And so
I
um
remember.
it was this is why I stopped doing it at night. This was the most traumatic thing because I am directionally challenged. And when
Mm,
you're living in the valley, you can't always see the address on the building. And if you live in an apartment,
mm-hmm.
it's even worse. So this
It's
person
10
ordered
times
a big
worse.
burrito. It's horrible, Nisha. And so I'm already scared because I'm like, Karisma, you done started deliveries too late. It's already dark, so you can't see shit. So why are we even? So I'm like, this is gonna be my last delivery. Nisha, I got so lost because there were two buildings that were similar. So I'm going through the apartment and they're not answering me. I'm the one that calls. I ask you, I'm calling you, I'm texting you. I'm like, I need help finding you. They're not responding to me. So after umpteen
That's another,
times,
just a
I
quick side
finally,
note. I just want to interject really
yeah,
quick. That's another thing that is like such a pet peeve. It's like if you are ordering something to be delivered, why don't you have your phone on you? I will never be able
I
to
don't
understand
understand it.
that. Why is your phone not right here? Like I don't like why, like if I'm ordering something to be delivered to me, my phone's here.
I'm tracking
My
you.
phone's right here.
Yeah, I'm
Like I'm
tracking
going to
you.
act like
I'm
I
looking at
want
you.
the shit that I ordered. You know what I mean? So people who
Yes.
so for
And
those of you who are not answering your phones, like that's crazy to me. That's so insane to me.
they could have been in the shower, they could have been working, whatever. But it got so
I don't. Why
late.
would you
I
hop in the
delivered
shower when
it.
you know
I
you got food being delivered to you? Like stupid.
fine. Valid. So after a long time, Nisha, I finally found the apartment. And when I tell you I was crying at this time. I was crying. So imagine opening the door and somebody's crying, delivering your food. And instead of empathizing with the person, hold on, I'm getting triggered. I'm
Lord.
crying at this point because I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was really lost and I couldn't find it, but I finally found it. And they were like, what took you so long? It's so late. I thought my food, I canceled the order. Like, I already got my, kind of thing. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. It's dark. I didn't
Wow.
know where I was. I couldn't find you. And so they're like, no, I don't want the food now. You can keep it. When I tell you, I didn't keep the food. I think I just probably left it, but I cried. Like I just cried, and I just
Mhm.
realized, Chris, this gig. You're too sensitive for this gig. You're too sensitive for this gig.
Cause,
Another
cause
time,
the way
and
when I tell you I be going off on people, I be like, if that would have been me, I would have been like, well, if you would have answered your phone, cause I called you several times, like the girl, like, don't even get me started. Cause the way I just be so ready to like take flight on these people.
girl,
and then,
and
and
so in the
I've gotten
valley,
it
right?
constantly. Mhm.
No, go ahead. You got in what
In the
constantly?
valley. Oh, I was just saying I've
In
gotten
the
it constantly that like people texting me telling me like that my customer service was horrible or like whatever. It's just like because I let them know, I told them about themselves, and it's like anyway, girl, I'll start going off on random tangents. So let's just go ahead and continue your story because I'll just start getting
so
into it.
when you're driving in the valley, there's hills and this and that. I don't even know why people live up in them hills and them narrow ass streets. It's awful. And so you lose signal
Mm-hmm.
when you're driving up there. And when you're like me
Yes, you
and you're
lose
scared
signal
and
all
you
the
hate driving
time.
and you're directionally challenged and you lose signal, so you have to get smart. You got to screenshot. You got to look at the directions, screenshot the directions so that at least you
Screenshot
have
it.
the screenshot. Okay, so I started doing that. And one
Yes,
time I got
so
to the
true.
place, I finally got to the place, and I carried all the
Mm-hmm.
stuff and I dropped the
Mm-hmm.
food, I dropped the drink right before I rang the doorbell. Like I tripped over the step
In there.
and I dropped the food right in front of the doorbell. And they had a ring camera. So I know that they saw me. And Nisha, when I tell you, I just sat on the stoop with the food beside me. I didn't even ring the doorbell because I knew that they saw me anyway.
Right.
I knew your
Because
ring.
of the
I
ring
know your
camera.
doorbell. You got your ring. You got your ring camera. I know you saw me anyways. I know you saw me drop your food. I'm devastated. Okay, because I know you pay. I know. I know about food. I'm devastated. I dropped your strawberry lemonade.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
sitting on the stoop, just waiting for you to open the door. And they were like, "Are you
Mm-hmm.
okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. But here's your food." And I just walk away.
Woo!
Nisha, when I tell you, When I tell you, because it was already hell getting to your house up in the hill. It was already hell getting here.
Right.
And then I drop your drink. Like, it's not, I'm not happy right now. And I know
You
you're
just
not
be
happy right
over
now.
it at
So
that
it's like,
point, like,
I'm over it. Oh,
right.
never
I
again.
just dropped your drink. So it's just like it's literally that moment that we were watching on OCT Reacts where that woman she dropped all those all those plates in the trash can. It's literally that moment. Like it was already
Oh,
hell on earth to get here. And then I finally get here and then I go and drop your drink. I'm so over today.
I'm over it. My poor little car can't even make it up here. My little rinky-dink car, it was hell getting up here. The way I'm
Oh,
pushing
that's
my
the worst too
car.
when you're driving a car. When you're driving a car that is not equipped. At one point I was leasing an electric car. I couldn't even do I was like, I'm not gig working in LA in an electric car. I'm sorry. That's just that's just another form of
Impossible.
hell on earth. And I won't put myself through it. I won't put myself through it. So
Take a deep
yeah.
breath and
So
decenter because those were triggering
yes,
memories.
because that was very triggering.
Deep breath, Nesha.
So all that right, no, dead ass, because so all that to say, I just encourage you, if you are a person that is someone who uses these apps regularly, please be considerate as both a customer and a driver. Just please be considerate, especially of the driver's time, because drivers get paid per order, per like whatever. They don't get paid hourly or anything like that. So it's like, please, like the people who will tell you to they don't have a gate code, so can you just wait till somebody gets there? That is like the most inconsiderate thing. Nothing pisses me off quicker than a customer who has the audacity to tell you to wait at a gate until somebody gets there. That is so fucking inconsiderate. I can't even stress it enough. So please, like, do your due diligence as a customer, because I feel like the perception that people have in their minds about these apps is so far surpasses like the reality. Like I've said before, they're so unregulated. They're literally just regular everyday people delivering stuff from their cars. You know what I mean? So it's like when you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like soccer moms delivering orders with their own cars. So please, I had this one lady get mad at me about something and she was like, I'm gonna you tell me your boss. I'm gonna call your boss. I'm like, you're so delusional. I'm just gonna let you live in that land. You go ahead and call my boss. And I just drove off because I'm just like, you obviously don't even understand the app that you're using. You obviously don't even
Oh my God, ain't no boss.
understand what you're ordering from. Like a boss. I don't have a fucking boss. I don't answer to
I'm the boss,
anybody.
babe. I am my own boss,
I'm
babe.
the boss. Oh, let me go get her. Hi, hello. I'm the manager. What's the problem?
Yeah, you're the problem.
So yeah.
So yeah.
So yes. In conclusion,
Do you wanna
I'm ready.
laugh
Yeah, I'm ready for
at
some team
some
building. Yes, I'm ready for after all
videos?
that. I'm ready for some team building for sure.
Now
I
we
have it pulled
probably, I
up.
don't know if we're gonna laugh. You got it pulled up? Okay.
Yes.
Let me pull it up too. This is why I respect people with jobs, especially in the service industry, because service is one of the industries that's never going to go away. It is going to survive every apocalypse. It's going to
No.
survive every war. It's never going the service industry is never going to go away. So these are just some
No.
videos that uh yeah, happen to service workers. So you got the first one, Nesha?
Yes.
Do you see it with the blue mobile order pickup?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna click on that.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
One, two,
Okay.
yeah, one, two, three, go.
Did she hit her? Oh yeah,
Now,
now she has to get her ass beat. Now you gotta get your ass beat.
Nesha. Now we're at a fast food restaurant somewhere. We talk about soccer moms. Like, is she in a van? What? Are you out of your mind?
What is wrong with people?
I have to play that back one more time because the way she just open-handed, she's asking for her money back or
It
whatever.
happened
I
so
don't know.
fast, I almost missed it. It happened so fast, I almost missed it. The level of disrespect, I couldn't even
Nisha, she
fathom
got
like
her
somebody
good
putting their
too.
hands on me at work.
At work,
I literally
girl.
couldn't even at work of all places. Like, yeah, she would have to get her ass beat and I would just have to risk getting fired because ain't no way.
I would have gotten. I would have lost my job. I would have actually quit. I'm like, yeah, I no longer work here today because we're brawling in
No, for
the
real.
Wendy's, in the Pinky Winks, in the hot dog stand. Like, it's a wrap. You gonna slap me in my face
It's a wrap.
because you're waiting for your money? Oh no! Oh no! No! And the fact that
Unacceptable.
she just couldn't get her lick back,
Unacceptable.
she was probably stunned. Stunned. The fact that
No,
she couldn't get her
literally.
lick back, it just infuriated me.
It would make me want to go home and just say, F this day, F everything. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gone for the day. Yeah, I'm gone for the day. That is crazy. Respect,
So
you
I
guys,
see.
respect the people who work for fast
Don't
food.
ever put your hands on anybody. Don't ever resort. There's never any reason to resort to violence. Like, don't ever put your hands on anybody.
That's
So I
crazy.
see that we have more here to react to, and as much as I would love to react to all of these. We are getting short on time. We us
Yeah, what
blabbermouths.
time are we at?
we are at 11:13. So
Oh,
we've hit over an hour. We're about an hour and 2 minutes. So I
mm,
think we're just gonna have to save these for next time and cut it
okay.
short. But thank you, colleagues, for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.